Live from the studio of his parents' basement, the Have You Seen It podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one and only Cash Krause. But before we begin, if you guys could please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here damn near every single day. So with that said, Cash, we're trying. Hey, we're hustling. So with that said, Cash, what are we reviewing today? Yes.
We're reviewing an HBO Max American thriller.
Okay.
Because everyone knows this weekend it's National Zoë Kravitz weekend. On the high side, we do it every year. Every year.
And
we pray down, we give thanks to one of the most prolific actresses of her time, I think. Maybe that's a bold statement to make.
Well, it could be. This is the inaugural, too. So it is the first year we are doing this, but we will do this every year moving forward.
Of course. Yes, but every year on the weekend of March 6th, you brought around this time of spring, we see what Zoë Kravitz has been up to.
Yeah.
And
she's
review something. She's been reviewed a lot. So
two completely different characters, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. One's a badass, the other one's
two kind of badasses in a sense.
Well, kind of, yeah. She had to get through some shit in this one.
Probably have
to leave the house.
Both have been through some shit, probably.
Yeah.
Both characters. But yeah, it is the new Steven Soderbergh film on HBO Max, Kimi. Like we said, starring Zoë Kravitz. And if you like this review of our Zoë Kravitz national weekend
we may start a Zoë Kravitz podcast.
You may want to check out our review of The Batman.
Oh, yes.
Which is also starring our gal, Zoë Kravitz. Kravitz Days, people, they're here. Yes, like I said, a thriller directed by Steven Soderbergh, who's a very prolific director and writer. Last Steven Soderbergh film we did on the podcast, Contagion.
Oh, yes, we did. We did that during Big C Little B.
I still find that hilarious. I may be the only one that thought that was funny, but in hindsight, not that great of a joke.
You shoot your shot, right?
We did.
We do. Not everyone's going to land.
Idea. Oh, man. If we had a PR person, that was where they'd be.
Guys, this is not a good move. What are you doing here? You guys are like John Jones. I need to take your phone away.
Yeah. But we did it.
We did. And we had no regrets moving forward.
Yeah, and believe me, that movie did lasting damage on myself as much as it did maybe on the public.
But you know what? At least we didn't review that Songbird film or whatever the hell it was.
Well, that film was directly playing off.
Yeah, it was. It was the Bay.
Contagion came out way before, and we
2011,
just thought, "Hey, what's going on? We might as well do a disease movie."
Oh boy, if we only knew what we know now.
So go ahead and check that out.
Yeah, check that out. Yeah, go check out that review
if you want a little refresher of how naive we were at what point the world was. But he's a great director. What I'm saying, he's a great writer. He's done a lot of good stuff. But he's doing a thriller, HBO Max. Mason, what did you think about Kimi? A pretty simple, straight up thriller.
Yeah, see, that's something that I like, because this is something that you, and I listen to a lot of thriller mystery books, like fiction books, obviously. And this screenplay, to me, I was like, wow, what a really good idea. It was simple. I thought the story was really well fleshed out. I thought, if I'm being completely honest, at first the story started a little slow for me. But then once it started going about that 25-minute mark, it just flew by. And I was like, oh, shit, because one thing led to another. I actually found myself really enjoying this. And it's an easy film to watch, 89 minutes long.
Pretty short, especially for a thriller.
Yeah.
Pretty short, yeah. But I think this is a perfect HBO Max movie, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
This is kind of the perfect, people don't talk about it, I think, enough with streaming services, but like this is for a director like Steven Soderbergh, who does great stuff, but maybe is not going to perform at the box office, you know? Mm-hmm. I think streaming's perfect for those kind of directors.
Absolutely.
Even directors like Guillermo del Toro, you know, is one fantastic director, but always struggles to make money at the box office.
Yeah. Or Scorsese, too.
Exactly, which is sad to say.
It is sad, because his films are phenomenal, the same way Guillermo del Toro's films
Yeah,
are
but for films like
awesome.
this, I think it's a perfect avenue for these type of films and indie films in general for that kind of stuff. For the bigger films, it's nice to have a dual release, you know, because Guillermo del Toro, you always want to see his films on a big screen.
Yeah.
They're not going to perform as well.
Nightmare Alley's already on Hulu.
It's on Hulu?
Yeah.
It's on HBO Max, too, I think.
Maybe it's on HBO. Maybe I fucked that up.
I think
Either one, whatever. It's on a streaming service already.
Yeah, I think it might have been on
Yeah,
HBO.
it's
HBO
probably
Max,
is.
I think, is where I saw it. Yeah, I've already seen it a couple times. But
Did you see the black and white version yet?
no, they were showing it at the Hollywood Theater. I wanted to go and see it. They don't have that one streaming, though.
No, not yet.
Black and white version.
Hopefully
I'd love
soon.
to see it.
Yeah.
But yes, get back to Kimi. Like you said, it's HBO Max, so I think it's perfect for that. Like you said, it's only an hour and 30, which is relatively short for a. I thought there would even be more twists and turns for this story, but like you said, it's not
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, that's like it was kind of refreshing in a way. Like I said, I don't think this film is like amazing. Like I'm gonna go watch it a bunch of times, and it's not even the smartest thriller in the world.
No.
But it's got some social commentary with it.
It does. It's social commentary, and then also what I actually really enjoyed was the uniqueness of the cinematography, like especially during the chase scenes. Like it felt very
Yeah.
disorientating for her, and I kind of like that.
He's a great director in making the audience feel what the characters are feeling, because like
yeah.
it's similar in Contagion. When when shit starts hitting the fan and whatnot, you feel very you feel very contaminated. But the same way in this one, he did a very good job of showing like isolation, and because the character is agoraphobic, she doesn't like going outside because and not really got into that much.
They were alluding to autism, correct? Because she had the puzzle piece, and isn't that the international sign for autism?
I don't know if
on
that's
her
what they were
keychain?
alluding for.
They weren't.
Well, that
She
wasn't the
kept
reason.
alluding to. She kept saying that. Oh, I'm different. I'm just different.
Oh,
And then everyone's
maybe.
like, "Yeah, you're different." And I'm like, "What do we do?" I'm
you-
confused. Like, are you telling me she is or not? 'Cause
Well, the whole reason
I don't
she
wanna
was
assume.
agoraphobic, I know it wasn't because she was autistic, but she was sexually assaulted.
Yes.
At one point, and they ended up trying to blame her. Of course,
Of course, press charges on her. Yeah.
Yeah, and
In
they ended-
Seattle too. That doesn't sound like a very Seattle thing to do.
I know. Well, but she works for I don't know. She works for like a mega corporation that's very fucking shady, and they're immediately trying to use her mental illness against her, which is
When she
it
works-
is a thing that happens in giant
Oh
companies.
yeah. She works for this company, this Kimi company. It's called something else, but they have this thing. It's
like
kind of
Siri
like it's like Siri or
or
Alexa or something like that. And it's this voice automated thing. She's very thorough with everything, and I think that goes back to like the OCD, right? Because she was talking about her boss. She's like, "Well, no, I've never just not completed one of my tasks."
She's
that
great
I
at her
did."
job. Yeah. Yeah, that's where I thought there'd be a lot more. I thought it'd be like this just mega corporation. Maybe there's gonna be some kind of AI involved, and like they're harboring people's information. It ended up not being that at all.
No.
Again, like everything I thought was gonna happen, where it'd be more and more complicated, more dense, not really happening at all.
No.
Basically, the story is what this company does is it sends like all the bad feedback that it gets from this Kimi, the one that's like, if someone says something and they can't really understand what's going on, they'll send it to an actual person.
To listen through and then code it to make it understand.
So the next
better.
time, every time it listens, it's like evolving.
getting
But it's
smarter.
not an AI at all. It's just you.
Yeah.
But it's it's all humans behind everything. But yeah, so she gets that, and she gets sent a recording, and it's like a murder happening. You know, someone's getting assaulted. It ends up being the CEO of the company.
Yeah, pretty idiotic thing. And I love that they bring it up in the film. They're like, hold on, what? You gave her a Kimi?
Well,
He's
that's
like,
why
I thought it was a good idea.
That's why for sure I thought it'd be like there's something more happening here. Like someone sent her that to try to get him out or something. No, again,
No, it was literally just super
just
straightforward.
a fuck up. Yeah,
Yeah.
just a really bad fuck
It's
up.
a really dumb move by that guy. If you're
Really?
gonna kill her, why would you put a Kimi in her house? That's just the dumbest thing.
Well,
ever.
he didn't intend to kill her though.
Well, I guess not at first. Yeah, If it's
again,
escalating to that point,
yeah.
get the Kimmy out of the house. You know?
I don't even know how it gets to the point where it's feeding that bad feedback back to someone. Like just that small section of like, that a huge mess up.
Yeah.
But anyway, she gets it, and again, like you said, it's not the most complicated screenplay.
But during the murder, she did tell Kimmy, because you can do this with like Alexa, you say like, Kimmy, record. And so when they were coming at the house, when she knew it was serious, she was like, Kimmy, record. And then it recorded her murder.
Yeah, because the actual guy. Yeah. Yeah, that was a smart thing. I don't know how that piece got sent to Zoe Kravitz character, but
I think she remember because they did you just need the configuration number, and if you have the configuration number, then we can log into that device if you have the device number.
Yeah.
So that's how they. No,
I'm saying I don't know how that how was that a fuck up on Kimi's side of like her screaming and getting murdered or whatever.
Well, no, because it was the other audio, and then they were like, well, let's try to find more, and then that audio that was stored on that Kimi device, they did the configuration thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Through her
I'm sure
friend
that's real
from-
science. Yeah.
No, I know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's what they were doing in the film. Because she had that guy from Poland or whatever. And that guy was pretty funny. He's like, what's up, Hots? Or what he kept calling her.
He did the same thing that she did, but he was much more with it.
He was from Russia or something. I don't know. He was always drunk on vodka.
Yeah. Because everyone works for home for this thing, for this scrubbing service or whatever.
Because it was also during the midst of the Big C Little V19.
Yeah, they do. And they talk about that. And that was one thing that set her back from going out was she was assaulted, and then right when she's starting to go out, they had COVID hit or whatever, and they couldn't go out, so now she was stuck.
And what they kept alluding to in the film is when she gets fixated, or at least what her therapist was saying, when she gets fixated on something, she really goes all in on it. You know? So she was having anxiety and panic attacks and stuff.
Yeah, she couldn't go outside, and you think in a day and age where you really don't need to, they were adamant about getting her out of the apartment.
They really were. Well, I think what was his name? Terrence, her boyfriend, or not really her boyfriend, but the guy.
He was adamant because he knew that she needed to go out for a good reason. But everyone else, like when she called
Terry was his name.
When she called the lady that was working for the company or whatever, and she kept getting the receptionist. Like, no, we can't do it. Just come on in.
Yeah. Well, same with the dentist. He's like, you just got to come in.
The dentist makes sense too. I'm like, I can't bring the dentist chair.
Too much equipment. So just send,
Speaking of dentist, I definitely thought that was going to come up again too. Like that whole scene wasn't needed.
Well, and then the continuation of her constantly her mouth hurting, and I was like, this has got to come into play at some point.
That's like a Chekhov's gun thing of this one gun. Like, oh, that's going to come in play.
Mm-hmm. Never happened.
Maybe just to keep the movie past to get a minute or hour 30.
Yeah, it very well could.
I definitely thought, because he alludes and again, this is me in my thriller mind. Once I'm watching a thriller, I'm locked in. I'm thinking everything. There's a reason for everything. Mm-hmm. So at one point he says an abscess is that's a gateway of bacteria getting into your brain. Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe this is all in her head.
Oh.
Right? Maybe go down that route.
Yeah. Didn't even cross my mind, but that would have been awesome.
Didn't cross the screenwriter's mind either.
Because he was not thinking that at all. All he was thinking is, I got to make this film an hour and a half, so let's have a dentist meeting, okay?
Yeah, I guess.
Her tooth hurts.
Maybe you could say it was just to further that she was really agoraphobic.
Yeah, I guess so.
That scene is so, 10 minutes long, maybe?
Yeah.
Pretty long, actually.
It is. Well, between all of them, especially, where it's it has to come into play. And especially when you only have a film that's 89 minutes. We spent a lot of time with her fucking tooth.
Yeah, I really, really thought it was going to be this whole thing of, everyone's involved. Everyone in her life is fucking with her and trying to get... I don't know why. I mean, you couldn't do it in an hour and a half. And there's some reason why people are trying to mess with her, trying to convince her that she's actually crazy.
We got to talk about this real quick. Tom Hanks' wife, Rita Wilson, in the film as a chowdery or whatever.
I love Rita Wilson.
And she did a really good job of playing someone who was pretending to be sympathetic, and then immediately because Zoe Kravitz character
Kimi?
Angela. I almost called her Kimmy. I almost did. Angela. She kept pressing no, let's call the FBI. And you see that moment in Rita where she's like, Bitch, you don't get it.
Yeah.
You're gonna die.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be right back. Let me go get the phone.
Well, of
for the
course,
FBI.
as soon as you realize it's a person working for the company that you're trying to, like, quote unquote, take down, you know, you can't trust that fucking guy. Obviously not. It means their job on the line. But yeah, they call some hitman who are I can't tell either really smart hitman or really dumb.
Dude,
Like,
just in broad daylight, just walking on the
not
office.
only that, but
and I'm
like at the
what?
very end when she's like giving the Kimi commands, she gives like 10 commands.
Yeah.
And like why is no one jumping on her and being like, shut the fuck up?
right, or unplugging it,
yeah.
something.
At one point she's
It kind of got
the guy's
Home
on
Alone.
her the guy's on her laptop and she yells like, Kimi, record on laptop screen. A pretty long command.
A long command
Takes about 10 seconds to boot up too. This guy waits for the video to pop up
of her mom calling.
before he can
closing
I'm gonna
it.
close the shit.
I'd do it
these
right
guys-
away.
And you know the whole movie's kind of advertised as a techno thriller. So you're thinking maybe this is gonna be really smart, you know, technology wise. Like I think these hitmen are gonna be really like they're tech hitmen.
Yeah.
So they know, but man, are they really thrown off by this whole Kimi voice command thing.
They really were.
Especially when the lights shut off, which the apartment building is completely lit even when the lights shut off.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are acting like they went blind. Like the lights shut off and they are like, what the fuck?
Like
they can't see.
I know, they can't see
But then it
shit.
shows an apartment and it's like it's in the middle of a city.
Not that dark.
So
And no curtains or anything, so a lot of natural
lot of light
light is
pollution.
coming through. Yeah, you know, a lot of light bulbs and stuff.
but
hey.
these lights come off and these guys are fucking blind.
Well, he does the whole Velma thing, the Scooby-Doo, when his glasses get knocked off. I can't see anything.
Yeah.
It's like filling for his glasses. I think it's Velma, right?
Yeah,
It's one of them.
It
I
is
don't know.
Velma,
Yeah.
definitely Velma. Yeah, but yeah, that's my big complaint of the whole thing. I think the end kind of gets kind of dumb.
Yeah.
At the very end, unfortunately, I wanted it to. I don't know. I wanted that climax to be a little bit more, especially with the whole. Speaking of Home Alone, the big brother from Home Alone is in this. He's the neighbor, the big fat guy.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
That's
I
what's
guess
his
so,
name,
yeah.
Biff or something
Yeah.
in Home Alone. And weird enough, his name is Kevin in this, and Kevin McAllister. That's the
Kevin,
brother.
yeah. So his name's Devin Rattray.
Is the actor.
Was Kevin, yeah. He was in the Home Alone as Buzz McAllister.
Buzz, not Biff. Biff is from.
Biff is Back to the Future. Yeah.
I'm getting my 80s
Your
bullies
bees,
mixed
yeah.
up. Yeah. He plays Buzz, yes, and he plays the neighbor in this. That again, I thought was gonna have some kind
bigger-
of
no,
like. I
just-
thought maybe he's planted there, like someone put him. Just happens to be another agoraphobic.
Yeah.
But I guess
Kind of a red herring a bit.
yeah, but maybe that's the whole theme, and I think it was 100% the theme of it's like you could be agoraphobic, but in this day and age, you're never alone.
Yeah.
Right. You always got a Kimi
always got
or
someone.
Siri
Right,
or
or
Alexa
yeah.
or an evil company watching you or
Hey,
something.
it's 2022. It's going to
Or
happen.
a guy across the street watching
with
you.
binoculars. So make sure you draw the curtains before you get nude. Yeah.
So maybe that was the whole reason, but I thought he would be a bigger role than just being a concerned neighbor.
Yeah.
Because really he just runs, hey, what's going on? And immediately gets
Stabbed by a 6-inch blade. He's bleeding everywhere. He didn't have a game plan. I really thought he was, when he was like, oh, hey, how's it going? I really thought he had a game plan.
Yeah,
Like he was going to do something smart or be like a cop or something.
I thought
or an
he'd be
FBI
like,
agent.
oh, this always happens. He'd like take her shoulder and be like, don't worry, I got it
Yeah.
from here, guys. And like before they
Something.
can do something, but
No.
the world's greatest hitman. They see a problem, they go stabby. They go stab
Stab it,
blind.
yep.
Yeah.
Stabba-dabba-doo.
Got to do what you got to do.
You do.
So shank his ass. Somehow he ends up in the apartment though anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah. I
Losing
thought
a lot of blood, too. There's blood everywhere.
And how about the hitman who just puts the knife? Just sets
Down?
the knife?
Not very wise.
Was there a reason for that?
No.
Because
I
at
don't
first,
think so.
maybe I thought it was like an intimidation thing.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
But
then
why?
she flips the table.
You're not that kind of hitman.
Yeah, I don't know. Just get the
Well,
job
and then
done.
the lights go out and that guy's blind.
See, that was the thing, too. When she started running away and then she climbed up to the roof, I did like that callback because that was actually clever, in my opinion, where it was like in the very beginning of the film,
construction
Their
guys.
construction's up there, and then she goes up there and gets the nail gun.
But would
I
have
actually
never
did
known
like
there was a
that.
nail gun up there.
Huh?
She would have never known there was a nail gun up there, though.
Well, no, she did, remember, because she told them about the how her dad used to do work, and they said, just use the nail gun.
Oh.
She brought that up in the early,
Yeah.
so she actually did know there was a nail gun up there.
But most guys probably take their tools home at the end of the day.
Most guys. Not this guy, though. He said,
Thank
fuck it,
God.
I got to come back in 8 hours. I ain't taking it back.
But yeah, it was definitely brought up earlier.
Yeah.
Well, that's why another reason I thought maybe all these other things would kind of come back into play was like you set the nail gun up, set the dentist up, and you set a lot of other things up that didn't end up coming back into play. But yeah, she nail guns everyone. She goes from, I mean, not being able to leave the house to being
full-blown
bloodthirsty
murdering
killer.
multiple people. Yeah.
Not even flinching, taking 3 men's lives.
No, it was so funny. The last one in front of the door, she just stands over him and just goes,
He didn't need to die.
he didn't have to. But I mean,
Was,
hey,
yeah.
what are you going to do?
Yeah,
What are you going to do? I mean, he's a professional hitman. He knows the risks associated with this job.
Yeah, not a very good hitman. I don't think either. No. Like you said, the kidnapping during the day also.
Yeah, what the hell?
Not even during the day.
In the
but
middle of a protest? Just literally dragging her. All the protesters are like, what the fuck is
You
going
could think
on?
of top 3 worst scenarios to kidnap a person
I would say
during a protest. would
Probably
be
one of the worst
one of
ones.
the worst
Yeah.
ones. Where there's going to be a huge police
Presence. Always.
It's
Yes.
going to be a huge.
Weren't they protesting in front of the FBI
Yeah, because
facility?
that's why she couldn't get in, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's ballsy. Let's put it that way. Very ballsy.
I know. Yeah, not. They're paying these hitmen a lot, too. They made it
They
very
are.
clear that they're very expensive. Mm-hmm. Just shitty at their jobs, though.
Apparently not expensive enough.
Yeah. Well, they
really
killed that
blew
one
it.
girl really good. I mean,
Yeah.
they did that job.
Yeah,
really
they did that
good.
one in good.
Except for having the Kimi record the entire thing.
Again, maybe not the best hitman.
Maybe a slip up.
Overpriced.
A little bit, for sure. But for what it is, hour and 30-minute thriller.
Yeah.
Free on streaming.
Yeah, and in all seriousness, I actually really enjoyed it, especially the fact that, as you just brought up, like you can just go on HBO Max and watch this. It's a really good film. You don't have to think too hard, and it's to the point, but the screenplay is good, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I give it a good solid B+.
Yeah, I think the ending, it kind of ends too clean and too tidy at the very end with like her just being fine now.
I really thought the fat guy was gonna die. I don't understand when she ran away. That's the point I was gonna make earlier. When she ran away and then she fires a nail gun, I don't know why they just didn't walk up to the guy and put like 3
How
rounds.
nonchalant she was about this guy being stabbed and like it took her forever to call the cops. I never realized why they couldn't call the cops throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
I thought I thought maybe she's scared the cops were in on it. Mm-hmm. But when she's giving commands out, why not be like, Kimi, call 911?
Right.
And then at the very end, she like does it kind of coy with her boyfriend coming up. She's like, Kimi, call 911.
There's 3 people dead in this apartment.
And the guy stabbed. Bring an ambulance
Yeah.
immediately.
We're gonna need
He's
some.
dying. at
We're
this
gonna
point.
need some immediate medical
But
attention.
she's really just kind of cute about it.
Yeah,
I
she
mean, like,
is.
fuck that guy.
And she got flowers too. It's a good day.
And not for Kevin.
No, for Terry. Terry gave her
No,
flowers.
but Kevin, it was a bad day.
Kevin didn't want those flowers. Trust me. He was dealing with some other shit.
He barely got anything out of her too. Like there was never like ever a connection.
No relationship either.
No
Yeah,
connection
no.
between the two at all.
Hopefully they'll be good friends.
I imagine Kevin goes right back to being agoraphobic.
Oh, he does. He's like, dude, I leave my house one time and I get stabbed. I'm never leaving again. Ever.
Can't.
It's Grubhub for the rest of my life.
On this day and age. And watching her.
And watching.
Which is not
he
a
does
bad-
love
no.
watching. Yes. Maybe a little too much. I don't know.
Yeah, which is one thing at the end when he just pretty much admitted to be like, yeah,
He's like,
we're
yeah.
the same. I watch you all
And
the
he's
time.
like, I looked you up. It was easy. That's how I know your first name.
Yeah,
I was like,
she's walking around naked a
a
lot.
lot in this film. Like, she's naked majority
He
of it.
arguably has the best view in Seattle.
No wonder
And
he's
it's so funny.
agoraphobic.
Whenever she looks out, he's at his window.
Just full blown binocs. Hey.
He's never not at his fucking window. It's so day or night, he's at his fucking window.
And those curtains, they don't work. Terry's got curtains. He's all mad. He shuts them. I can see you perfectly
know.
fine still. You got to get better curtains.
No curtains at all. Whatever.
Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is, absolutely. But yeah, but still pretty good. I don't think I'd give it the rating it has right now, which I think
What is it at?
It's 90 something.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't give it that high, but like very, very enjoyable. Like as I said, a B plus. Like I liked it enough to recommend.
Yeah, it's at a 92% Rotten Tomatoes, which I think is pretty.
That's
wild.
pretty high.
Pretty wild.
That's pretty high. Yeah. As where Batman's at 85 right now. What the hell?
I know.
That's weird.
I don't understand. Really, but I don't know. Reviews these days.
Strange.
I don't agree with a lot of them from either sides most of the time. And as a 53% audience hated this film.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right, Cash. Well, do you have anything more on Kimi?
No, that concludes Zoë Kravitz weekend.
Yeah. She's fun.
She's beauty. She's great.
She is. Tune in next March,
Hopefully
the first weekend in March.
She comes out with a film by next year.
Yeah. So we can have this weekend.
She
again.
did. She's done. She's had a great year in 2022.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
2021, I don't think she even had a movie come out, though.
No, probably not.
So pray to God she's got something
Let's
coming
check this out. Let's see if she's got anything coming out in 2023. No, not anything scheduled. But man, Kimi and the Batman, that's still a very big year for her.
Yeah, and had nothing coming out in 2021. I thought she was going to be a huge actress when I first saw her, especially when she was in Mad Max and whatnot, but she has not taken off like I thought she would.
Yeah. I mean, I think she's a great actress from what I've seen her in. And she's actually been in a lot of shit, too. She was in the Divergent series as well.
How funny is that she voiced Catwoman in the Lego
Batman movie, I know. What are the odds of that, dude? What are the odds?
That's kind of funny, before she even knew that she'd be in Catwoman. All right, Mason, that's all I got for Kimi on HBO Max. Anything else?
Nope, that should do it. If you guys like what you've seen here, please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krause, and until next time.
Bye.